Hello, dear chosen ones. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that can be challenging but extremely important. The need to let some people go from our lives. The truth is that life is made up of cycles, and often we need to have the courage to recognize when it's time to close one of them. This can be difficult, especially when we cling to people who, in some way, no longer contribute to our growth. Sometimes we get stuck in the fear of change, or in the hope that things will go back to how they were before. But it is essential to understand that letting someone go does not mean we are losing something. In fact, it can be the best way to make room for new beginnings and new opportunities. When we talk about relationships, it's easy to get lost in emotions and memories. However, it is crucial to remember that just as a plant needs to be pruned to grow healthily, we also need to let go of what does not do us good. This can include friendships, romantic relationships, or even family ties that have become toxic. What we want is to cultivate an environment that allows us to fully flourish, and this often requires courage and discernment. Today we will explore 5 clear signs that may indicate it's time to let someone follow their own path. These signs are not a form of rejection or a sign of failure. On the contrary, they are invitations to renewal and balance in our lives. By recognizing them, we can make wiser and healthier decisions that will help us move forward on our journey. If you feel that a relationship is weighing you down, I invite you to reflect on these signs. Let's learn together to identify the right moment to say goodbye with wisdom and serenity. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do it now. This way, you won't miss any of our conversations and reflections that can help you on your journey. Let's embark on this journey of growth and transformation together. Don't let the shadow of others extinguish your light. This phrase reminds us of the importance of maintaining our inner peace. Inner peace is like a foundation that supports our lives. When we are at peace, we can make decisions with clarity and live in harmony with ourselves and others. However, when a relationship begins to disturb that peace, it is a clear sign that something needs to change. Think for a moment. Is there someone in your life who, after an encounter or a conversation, leaves you feeling anxious or overwhelmed? It could be a friend, a coworker, or even a family member. If you notice that being around this person makes your heart feel heavy or gives you a sense of discomfort, that is a warning sign. Healthy relationships should bring comfort and strength, while those that are draining end up depleting our energy and leaving us exhausted. It is normal for all of us to have bad days and to sometimes be a bit negative. However, if you find yourself constantly in a state of anxiety or stress because of someone, it is time to reflect on that relationship. Ask yourself, does this person really do me good? Or, on the contrary, do they leave me feeling more tired and worried? Prioritizing your inner peace is an act of self-love. It means putting yourself first and recognizing that you deserve to live in an environment that makes you happy. When we let go of those who bring us unrest, we create space for lighter and more harmonious relationships. This does not mean you need to cut ties abruptly, but it is important to evaluate what each relationship brings to your life. Imagine that you are taking care of a garden. If you do not remove the weeds, they can suffocate the healthy plants and prevent them from growing. Similarly, relationships that do not bring peace can suffocate your happiness and well-being. By letting go of those that do not contribute positively, You allow new and better connections to flourish. It is important to remember that inner peace is not just about avoiding conflicts. It is also about surrounding yourself with people who support you, encourage you, and are willing to walk alongside you. When you are surrounded by people who make you feel good, your light shines brighter. You feel more motivated, happier, and more willing to face life's challenges. If you are in a relationship that constantly disturbs your peace, consider what can be done. Sometimes, an honest conversation can help clarify misunderstandings and bring hidden feelings to light. Other times, it may be necessary to set clear boundaries or, in more extreme cases, to distance yourself completely. Remember that you have the right to seek peace in your life. It is not selfish to want to be in a healthy and positive environment. In fact, it is a necessity. When you prioritize your peace, not only do you benefit, but you also become a better person for those who truly care about you. You become more capable of offering love and support to others when you are in a place of tranquility. If you are struggling to find that peace, consider taking some time for yourself. Engage in activities that make you feel good, such as meditation, physical exercise, or even a hobby you love. These moments of self-care are essential to restore your energy and mental clarity. Inner peace is a gift you should give to yourself. By freeing yourself from relationships that do not bring joy, you make room for new experiences and connections that truly matter. Remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who make you shine and who respect your light. So, if you feel that your inner peace has been disrupted, do not hesitate to take action. Evaluate your relationships and make the necessary changes. By prioritizing your peace, you will be taking an important step towards a fuller and happier life. And by doing so, you not only help yourself, but also inspire those around you to seek the same. Those who walk beside you should add strength, not cut it. This phrase reminds us of the importance of having people around us who support and encourage us. A healthy relationship should be a space where your dreams and aspirations can flourish. It is essential that the people by your side respect your ideas and encourage you to move forward. When this does not happen, it is time to stop and reflect on the relationship. Think of a moment when you shared a dream or a project with someone. What was that person's reaction? If the response was indifference or even sarcasm, this may be a sign that this relationship is not helping you grow. When someone belittles your ambitions, it not only demotivates you, but can also block your personal growth. It's as if that person is putting a weight on your wings, preventing you from flying high. Imagine that you are excited to start a new project, something that really excites you. You share this idea with someone who should support you, but the response is cold or negative. This can make you feel insecure and doubt yourself. Instead of feeling encouraged, you may end up feeling discouraged and even give up on what you truly desire. This is unfair, both to you and to your dreams. It is essential to surround yourself with people who believe in you. Seek out those who inspire you to be better, who motivate you to move forward, and who are willing to walk alongside you in achieving your goals. These people are like fertilizers for your ideas, helping them to grow and develop. When you are surrounded by support, it becomes easier to face challenges and move forward, even when things get tough. Remember that your dreams are important. They are part of what makes you who you are. Don't let the opinion of someone who doesn't believe in you stop you from pursuing what you want. Sometimes we need to distance ourselves from people who do not support us to find those who truly care and are willing to help us grow. If you notice that someone in your life is constantly underestimating your dreams, consider what that means for you. Is this person helping you become the best version of yourself, or are they holding you back? It is important to make this assessment and, if necessary, make decisions that prioritize your well-being and growth. Life is too short to surround yourself with people who do not believe in you. Surround yourself with friends, family, and colleagues who inspire you and are willing to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. These positive connections can make all the difference in your journey. Finally, remember that you have the power to shape your life and your relationships. Do not be afraid to seek the support you deserve. By surrounding yourself with people who encourage you, you will be creating an environment conducive to making your dreams come true. And by doing this, you not only help yourself, but also inspire others to believe in themselves and pursue their own dreams. Trust is like glass. When broken, it rarely returns to its original state. This phrase reminds us of the fragility of trust in a relationship. Trust is the foundation of any healthy connection. When we are in a relationship, whether it is a friendship, romantic, or familial, we need to feel that we can trust the other person. This trust is what allows us to open our hearts and share our deepest thoughts and feelings. However, if lies, betrayals, or broken promises become a constant, it indicates that the relationship has lost its essence. When trust is broken, the impact can be profound. You may feel betrayed, hurt, and even confused. It is normal that after a disappointment, you start to question everything that has been built. Trust is something precious, and once lost, it is difficult to regain. It is not just about forgiving, but about rebuilding the security that has been shaken. This takes time and effort, and it is not always possible to return to what it was before. Often the pain of betrayal or disloyalty leaves scars that can last a long time, even if the relationship continues. Reflect for a moment. Do you feel constantly insecure or on alert around someone? If the answer is yes, this may be a clear sign that this bond is no longer fulfilling its purpose. A healthy relationship should bring comfort and security, not anxiety and distrust. If you find yourself always worried about what the other person might do or say, it is time to consider whether this relationship is worth it. The feeling of being in a constant state of alert can be exhausting and detrimental to your mental and emotional health. It is important to remember that we are not here to live in a constant state of alert. No one deserves to be in a relationship that causes more pain than joy. Trust should be a two-way street, where both parties feel safe and respected. When this does not happen, it is a sign that something needs to change. The lack of trust can create a vicious cycle of distrust and insecurity, where every small slip-up is amplified and every mistake is seen as a betrayal. If you have tried to resolve trust issues and nothing has changed, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Sometimes people are not willing to change or to recognize the impact of their actions. This can be painful, but it is essential for your emotional well-being. You deserve to be surrounded by people who respect you and your emotions. Life is too short to feel insecure or anxious in relationships. Remember that trust is built over time, but it can be destroyed in an instant. If you find yourself in a cycle of distrust, it is important to have an honest conversation with the person involved. Express how you feel and what you need to feel secure again. This communication is crucial for both parties to understand each other's expectations and boundaries. If the other person is not willing to listen or make changes, it may be time to consider whether this relationship is truly healthy for you. Trust is one of the most important pillars in any relationship. Without it, it is difficult to build a true and lasting connection. When trust is broken, it requires a conscious effort from both parties to rebuild it. This may include a willingness to sincerely apologize, the desire to change harmful behaviors, and the ability to listen to and validate each other's feelings. If these conditions are not met, the relationship may become unsustainable. Furthermore, it is important to recognize that trust is not something that can be forced. If a person is not ready to commit to restoring trust, it may be healthier for you to walk away. By distancing yourself from relationships that do not provide security, you make room for healthier and more fulfilling connections. This does not mean that you should become cynical or distrustful of everyone, but rather that you should be cautious and prioritize your emotional well-being. Finally, remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who support you and who are worthy of your trust. Life is too short to feel insecure or anxious in relationships. By prioritizing your peace and emotional security, you are allowing yourself to live a fuller and happier life. Trust is a gift you should give to yourself and to others, and when that trust is respected, it can flourish and create deep and meaningful bonds. Relate to those who help you rise, not to those who keep you in the same place. This phrase is a powerful reminder of the importance of being surrounded by people who encourage us to grow and evolve. Growth is an essential part of life. It keeps us moving, teaches us, and helps us become better versions of ourselves. When we are in an environment that promotes growth, we feel motivated to seek new experiences and challenge ourselves. However, if you feel that a relationship is stagnating you or pulling you away from progress, that is a clear sign that something is not right. Sometimes we may find ourselves in situations where the people around us do not support our goals or even discourage us. This can happen subtly, such as negative comments about your aspirations, or more directly, such as constant criticism that makes you doubt yourself. For example, imagine that you have a dream of changing careers or starting a new project. If you share this idea with someone and the response is filled with skepticism or disdain, it can make you hesitate. You may start to avoid seeking new experiences or challenging yourself out of fear of criticism or rejection. This lack of support can limit your potential and prevent you from achieving your goals. It is crucial to prioritize connections that encourage you to grow and explore the best version of yourself. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and who are willing to support you on your journey. These people are like fuel for your motivation, helping you overcome obstacles and stay focused on your dreams. When you are surrounded by people who encourage you, it becomes easier to face life's challenges. They inspire you to step out of your comfort zone and seek new opportunities. Moreover, healthy relationships are those that promote a learning environment. When you are surrounded by people who are also seeking growth, it creates a positive dynamic. You can share experiences, exchange ideas, and support each other. This exchange is fundamental for personal and professional development. When you see others striving and achieving their goals, it can serve as extra motivation for you as well. On the other hand, if you notice that someone in your life is holding you back, it is important to reflect on that relationship. Ask yourself, does this person really help me grow? Or do they keep me in the same place? If the answer is the latter, it may be time to consider whether this relationship is healthy for you. Sometimes it can be difficult to distance ourselves from people we have known for a long time or who are part of our lives. However, it is essential to remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who support you and help you achieve your goals. Life is too short to feel stagnant or trapped in relationships that do not bring growth. You deserve to be surrounded by people who inspire you and are willing to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. When you surround yourself with people who believe in you, you feel more confident and motivated to move forward. If you are in a relationship that is not helping you grow, consider what can be done. Sometimes, an honest conversation can help clarify misunderstandings and bring hidden feelings to light. Other times, it may be necessary to set clear boundaries, or, in more extreme cases, to distance yourself completely. The important thing is to prioritize your well-being and growth. Remember that growth is a continuous journey. It is not just about reaching a goal, but about becoming a better person every day. By distancing yourself from relationships that do not bring growth, you make room for new connections that can enrich your life and help you reach your true potential. Additionally, it is important to recognize that growth does not only happen in positive environments. Sometimes we face challenges and difficulties that force us to grow. However, these challenges can be much easier to face when we have the support of people who encourage us. When you are surrounded by people who believe in you, it becomes easier to face obstacles and move forward, even when things get tough. If you are struggling to find that support, consider taking some time for yourself. Engage in activities that make you feel good, such as meditation, physical exercise, or even a hobby you love. These moments of self-care are essential to restore your energy and mental clarity. By taking care of yourself, you become stronger and more capable of facing the challenges that life brings. Life is a journey of growth and learning. By surrounding yourself with people who help you rise, you will be investing in yourself and your future. And by doing this, you not only help yourself, but also inspire those around you to seek their own growth and evolution. Finally, remember that you have the power to shape your life and your relationships. Do not be afraid to seek the support you deserve. By surrounding yourself with people who encourage you, you will be creating an environment conducive to making your dreams come true. And by doing this, you not only help yourself, but also inspire others to believe in themselves and pursue their own dreams. Growth is a journey that should be shared, and you deserve to be surrounded by people who help you reach new heights. Just as the sun rises and sets, some people enter and leave our lives naturally. This phrase reminds us that life is made up of cycles, and not all relationships are meant to last forever. Each person we cross paths with has a purpose, and often that purpose is temporary. Sometimes the connections we make have special significance at a certain moment in our lives, but as we grow and change, those relationships may transform or even dissipate. It is important to recognize that this is a natural part of life. When we look at nature, we see that the seasons change, flowers wilt, and new ones bloom. Similarly, in our lives, some people come and go, bringing lessons and experiences that help us evolve. When a relationship fulfills its purpose, it is normal for the connection to begin to fade. This does not mean that there was a failure or that something went wrong. It is simply a part of the cycle of life. Respecting this cycle is an act of wisdom. Often we may cling to people or relationships that no longer serve us, out of fear of change or nostalgia for what was. However, it is essential to understand that by holding on to something that no longer brings growth or joy, we are preventing ourselves from making room for new experiences and new people who can enrich our lives. If you feel that the relationship is marked by a natural distancing, without hurt, but also without growth, it may be time to let each person follow their own path. This can be a painful process, especially if the person was important in your life. However, it is essential to remember that letting someone go does not mean you do not care, or that you do not value what you shared together. It means that you are recognizing that, at this moment, what is best for both may be to go in different directions. When you realize that a cycle is coming to an end, it is important to reflect on what you have learned from that relationship. Every interaction we have with others teaches us something, whether about ourselves, about others, or about life in general. Ask yourself, what did this person bring to my life? What lessons did I learn? How did I grow during this time? These reflections can help bring a sense of closure and gratitude, even if the relationship is dissipating. Furthermore, it is important to remember that the end of a relationship does not have to be a negative thing. Often, it can be an opportunity for a new beginning. When we let go of what no longer serves us, we make room for new connections and experiences that can be even more rewarding. This may include new friends, new job opportunities, or even new hobbies that help us grow and develop. If you are going through a moment where you feel a cycle is coming to an end, allow yourself to feel the emotions that arise. It is normal to feel sadness, longing, or even a bit of fear of the unknown. However, remember that these emotions are part of the healing and growth process. By allowing yourself to feel, you are giving yourself the chance to process what has happened and to move forward in a healthy way. One way to deal with the end of a cycle is to practice gratitude. Try to focus on the good things that the relationship brought to your life. Be thankful for the memories, the laughter, and the lessons learned. This can help transform the pain of separation into a sense of peace and acceptance. When you focus on what was positive, it becomes easier to let go of what no longer serves you. Additionally, by respecting the natural cycle of relationships, you are also allowing yourself to grow. Each time we let someone go, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. This can be scary, but it is also exciting. Think of all the new people you may still meet, and the new experiences that are yet to come. Life is full of surprises, and often, what comes next can be even more beautiful than what we have already lived. If you are struggling to let someone go, consider talking to someone you trust about your feelings. Sometimes, sharing what we are going through can bring clarity and relief. A friend or family member can offer a new perspective and help you process your emotions. Do not hesitate to seek support when needed. Finally, remember that life is a journey of growth and transformation. Each cycle that comes to an end makes room for new beginnings. By respecting the natural cycle of relationships, you are allowing yourself to live fully and embrace the opportunities that life has to offer. Do not be afraid to let go of what no longer serves you. By doing so, you will be preparing yourself to receive all that is to come, and that can be truly wonderful. Letting someone go may seem painful, but it is often a gesture of respect, both for yourself and for the other person. Letting go does not mean that there is no longer love or affection, but rather that there is an understanding that each person's journey needs to continue in different directions. This understanding is fundamental to our personal and emotional growth. Sometimes, relationships that were significant at one point in life can become a burden, and recognizing this is a sign of maturity. When we decide to let someone go, we are also allowing ourselves the freedom to seek new experiences and connections that can enrich us. It is natural to feel sadness and longing, but it is important to remember that these emotions are part of the healing process. Each farewell is an opportunity to reflect on what we have learned and how we can apply those lessons in our future lives. The love we feel for someone can remain, even if the relationship does not continue. What changes is the way we relate to each other and the space we occupy in each other's lives.